If you want to cultivate yourself, you must first nourish your mind. The heart is reasonable, and there are things outside the mind, and reasons outside the mind. Wang Yangming, in the floating world, there are always many people exhausted by the pursuit of material comforts, social status and fame. They complained and wanted to escape from them, all because they ignored their own hearts, and could not understand the truth that everything comes first. Wang Yangming believes that the human heart is the truth of heaven, and how can there be anything and truth that exists outside the human heart in the world? Although the view of mindless things outside the mind is contrary to that of materialism, Wang Yangming's view of seeking truth from the human heart is reasonable. As the ancients said, each other comes from the heart. It means that a person's mind will appear in its external representation. With such deliberation, people's words, behaviors and other external representations are mostly the reflection of their complex hearts. According to Wang Yangming, if you want to make people's words and behavior conform to certain norms, or reach the state of supreme goodness, you should start from their hearts, not from things outside the hearts of the people. Only when the heart reaches the state of supreme goodness can its external words and deeds show the good side. Greedy Spring, spring name. According to historical records, Greedy Spring is located in Ximen town, 30 miles north of Guangzhou. Legend has it that when people drink this water, they become greedy and insatiable, hence the name. During the Western Jin dynasty, almost all of the officials sent by the court to Guangzhou were dismissed for economic crimes, and it was said that they drank water from greedy springs. Later, the court sent a clean and famous official, Wu Yinji, to stab the history of Guangzhou. On the day of his appointment, he led his entourage to the greedy spring and drank from it. The entourage advised him, in the past, the officials who entered Guangzhou had to have a drink to show their elegance. But these officials are greedy, and pervert the law and love money like life, and this spring cannot be drunk. Wu Yinji asked his entourage, are those old men, who don't drink spring water clean? The entourage said, we are birds of a feather. After drinking 3 ladles in a row, Wu Yinji said passionately, whether you are greedy for money or not depends on people's taste. Quality. I drank greedy spring water today, whether it has tarnished the reputation of being an honest official, please wait and see. He wrote a poem. The ancients said that the water was full of gold. Try to make Yuqi drink, it will not be easy in the end. Sure enough, during his term of office, he was clean and honest, and he did not corrupt because of drinking greedy spring water, leaving behind the eternal saying that drinking greedy springs was not greedy. Greed and non-greed do not lie in one spring, and those who do not drink greedy spring water will follow greed. Therefore, greedy spring is just a shield for those who are corrupt. In the preface to Temwang Pavilion, Wang Bo said, drink greedy spring and feel refreshed, but still happy in spite of mistakes. A person's greed and non-greed lies in his own inner self-cultivation, not in external conditions. If a man has a clear conscience and is open, he will be able to deal with all kinds of unexpected situations every day without being disturbed by them, and he will be proud of the world. In the eyes of Confucian sages, this is one of the standards of gentlemanly demeanor. Wang Yangming summed up a sentence with his life experience, heart controls everything. Good deeds come from the heart, and bad deeds come from the heart. What we think in our hearts will affect our behavior. A calm and tolerant heart can make people feel the joy of life, while a restless and heavy heart can make people fall into the dark and cannot find their way. Only by putting the cultivation of the mind first, can we know the truth of the world more thoroughly, and grasp the way of life more truly. However, for most people in a complicated world, even if they know it should be, it is not easy to do it, even if it takes a lifetime to figure it out. In fact, spiritual cultivation is not a very difficult problem. As long as we can renew every day, constantly examine ourselves, and constantly purify the dirt in our hearts, we can get rid of the troubles of mundane affairs.